Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from I Love Puppets here today on I Love Puppets. Why? Why could this be? Why are we here? Let me think about it. Because we have the power to review Masters of the Universe Revelation. This is episode 2, and we talked about last time when it came to it was a strong starter for the show. But we're ready. I am Puppetine, and obviously in the darkness is Froggy. And he's very excited to talk about this.
I am happy about this show. I just love it. Every episode you get into it, it gets better and better. Yeah, I just love this series, man. And the great thing about this, the shows, each 5 episodes, each are half an hour long, so you're not spending too much on it. It's like watching a normal cartoon. This would be an awesome, great cartoon, like released, one at a time, cliffhangers. And wow, the voice acting on this, oh my gosh, it's so great. Yeah.
Well,
I'll let you.
I think we should dig right into it.
Yeah, let's hop in there.
It takes place about it could have been months after the last episode. Teela left her position, and she no longer fights for Eternia, but herself. And we get to quickly see her. She was hired, and she faces a what's his name? Stinkor, I believe the man's name was. And they fight through the trash as they're collecting this glove. And they ultimately defeat him, take the glove to this priestess, and she is so happy to have this back because it turns out that magic, since what He-Man did happened, it's just dissipated. Magic is disappearing. And Teela says something stupid in this. She really does. I'm sorry to start out like this because I know a lot of people are attacking Teela's character in this and they aren't happy with it. But she did do something stupid. The priestess is so happy to have this magical item back. She goes ahead and says, well, you shouldn't have faith in your magical items. You should have faith in things like technology because they're real and solid and they won't lie to you. It's kind of whiny. But that thankfully doesn't stick around too long after the priestess just goes away. And then we hear a voice in the back. This older woman, I believe she calls herself Madrestra, something like that, and wants to hire the girls. Quickly, they say, okay, where do you want us to go? Snake Mountain. And ultimately, we see Teela's friend. I believe her name is Andra.
Andra, yes.
She is like, what? No! But Teela's like, what? Yes. She has a score to settle in there, I guess. And they quickly agree. And so they go to quickly get to Snake Mountain. And Snake Mountain has changed since the last time Teela had been in there.
And we get to see a flashback of He-Man fighting against, I forgot what his name is, the lizard guy with the tails. I don't remember what his name is, but it's a flashback of Teela and him, and He-Man teaming up, taking on this guy. And in this flashback, they're both having a lot of fun. They're flirting and all this stuff. You see this, and then after they defeat the villain, she goes back to the present and she's kind of like sad, because she remembers it. It's just So then so while they're there, we learned that Andra is like a tech genius.
She's an engineer.
Yeah, engineer. And there's a new laser grid on the door, and she's like, well, you can't get in there; it'll explode. Plus they'll let us know we're here, and stuff. And then we get to see the cool weapon that Teela uses. It can turn into a staff, a sword,
and a shovel.
It was so great.
And so they get digging. Quickly, they are able to get inside. They pick up some robes and blend in with this cult-like atmosphere that they have in there. But it's also upgraded. It's new agey. It's spacey. Not Kevin Spacey, but it's bright and in a sleek, modern way. Why? Because they now worship the motherboard. They are all obsessed with technology. They
Yeah.
drink from this chalice, which is what they're there to get, that has like gizmo juice, and they chug it right down. A poor father and his child, they end up drinking it, and it's just quite disturbing. Like the child's head just turns all the way around, like that.
Yeah, that's actually Triclops. He's leading it.
Well,
Followed
yes,
by
he's leading it, but
Yeah.
no, I was talking about the child.
Well, yeah, the child, yeah, the head turns around and stuff. But Triclops, he's like a cult leader. Like they've turned everything over. We even have what's his name? The other bad guy.
The one who has like a jaw that's now made out of metal.
There's Trapjaw. He's in there. And I can't remember what the other one's name is. But he's some kind of this makes me mad. I can't remember what his he's a lizard guy.
And when Triclops explains how after the death of Skeletor they transitioned into worshiping technology because it's the true power of Eternia, you're just like, oh no. We see what's missing from the world without magic, and it's absolutely understandable. But quickly, they make it out of there. They escape the guards, and they end up being attacked by like this sea monster with tentacles. But Teela and Andra escape with the chalice, and they take it back to the older woman. And that's when the older woman asks if they want to finish the job. They need to transport it to where? Castle Grayskull. Dun, dun, dun. And Teela isn't down for returning it there, but Andra wants to go now because this is something important, and this is her chance to be a hero. And if she can do it, why not? And Teela says where she goes, she'll go. And they go together.
Yeah. Now I want to point out this because people see this, and there's I saw it on the internet. This really irritates me. People saw Andra and Teela, with their new haircut, and they're like, "Oh, look, they're lesbians." That's not even the case. If you watch this episode, they're not lovers. They're mainly acquaintances.
Yeah. No, there's no indication that they're dating.
No, because Teela's still pining over He-Man.
Oh yeah,
or Adam. Yeah,
both. Why not both? But they do end up going to Grayskull, where the sorceress, we see her. She is aged in that time. She's worn down. Why? Because she's guarding the last piece of magic.
Well, it's not just it's not just that, because magic is gone. So the magic's what kept their youth. So now they're aging.
Yep. But we also see the old lady go up to her with the cup. And that's when she seems to be taking that and reveals herself to be Evil-lyn. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, Evil-lyn is just great in this too.
She is.
There's even a scene in one of these episodes where she takes her helmet off, and you see that she's, even though she looks so young, she's got silver, like almost white hair.
Yeah.
So she is older. She's just in great shape for being like 60 or 70.
But yeah, she's taking that and the head of the Havoc staff that Skeletor used to carry.
Yep.
And she gives the last bit of that magic to the sorceress for that magic to fuel it. And then put it into her own staff.
And then you see Teela gets upset, but like, it's not about magic, because she hates magic she hates magic because of what happened to Adam. That's why she hates magic. It's not because she's just a total bee and all of that. But even Andrew talks sense. You're like, you know what, dude, and especially when they find out that Eternia, it runs on magic. It was the source of magic. It was created by magic, and it was what controls and it keeps the universe in check. So eventually, he said, well, a year or two, the planet would be dead, destroyed, and so will be the universe, because once that control falls, all the other planets around it fall too. Yep. So she's kind of what's great about this, Teela is forced to basically by the priestess, and because she has to team up with Evil-lyn, they have to go get Man-at-Arms, because Man-at-Arms is able to put the sword back together. It's in two parts, but first they have to find the two parts. One's in Subternia, and the other one is I forgot what the name of the place. It's basically like their heaven.
Oh, crud. Oh,
Preternia?
they head to Subternia. That's their hell. But the other one is,
I thought it was Preternia or something like that.
yeah, it's something like that. And we get a moment between her and Cringer because she wants to just walk out of there. But Cringer defends Evil-lyn whenever she's taking the magic because she needs to, so that way they can get the two halves of the swords. And then he has a moment with her saying that Adam only sacrificed himself because he knew people like Tila would be there to protect Eternia. He knew that he could because of that. And so she agrees. And
only because Cringer comes in the voice is like, says like, you know what? I recognize you're scared. You're usually angry, but you're scared like I am. I recognize it. It's okay. And this, and he says, this is what Adam would want.
Mm-hmm. But before they go ahead to Subternia,
which is the land of the dead.
Yes. Tila says first they need a Forge Master, and she knows the perfect one.
Yeah.
Where we see a man in a hood at the end of the episode, and we're ready for the next one. But we're going to wait to review that, do the recap. This was a strong episode. It had weak points, like we said, some just stupid things from Tila and things, but that's fine. It's fine.
But what's great though, at the end of this episode, you see Tila break down. She starts crying and tears of joy because she realized that she finally admits she's scared.
Yeah.
Because Adam died and he left it on her, and that's her response. And he knew, and the fact that Cringer said, Adam would trust you. You're the only one we trust, to do this stuff,
Yeah.
Because it's he liked her that much. He had faith in her.
And you know what? That is a strong moment in this episode, and it is enjoyable. This show is very enjoyable.
I just want to point out, even if you look at all these news sources, Wikipedia saying that it's a story about Tila. No, it's called Master of the Universe. Each one of them is a master of the universe.
They each have an important role to play.
Yes, they all. She's not even the leader.
So
she's just
you
like
can definitely see where the story does kind of revolve around Tila.
Yeah,
but
a little bit, but yeah. But I just said I love the breakout, the character growth in her. Not only her, but Oracle, Man at Arms. Everyone has character growth in this, and it actually it's heartwarming.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But we enjoyed this episode, clearly, even though we had some, I had some small issues, but that's fine. That's fine. It's an enjoyable show. The episode that we saw was just really enjoyable, and we're going to review the rest. If you made it to this point in the in the video, make sure to like and comment. Let us know what you think specifically about this video. Save your comments for the series for our last video on this first part of Masters of the Universe Revelation. But here, we want to hear your thoughts on this episode in particular. We really need to establish that because there's going to be more. And so you should go ahead, and if you don't want to watch the show, go ahead and listen to our recaps. But we really think you should. It's definitely worth giving a shot. But until then, we want to thank you, remind you to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. So for Froggy, myself, another and final thank you before we say bye!